Hi guys, Wade Crow here, and today this is the first episode of the Musician's Journey Journal, and I'm going to try and do a series of a few videos. Depends how long they go, might go for a while, and basically going to be looking at a number of different things, basically on my own journey, but this is for solo musicians, bands, even artists of other kinds, actors, things like that, where you can start to set yourself up in order to get yourself out, get yourself noticed, where to go, who to address, how to save money big time, because a lot of these things when you're an artist in any form can cost a lot of money sometimes to try and get yourself set up. So in this episode, just going to be looking at some of the basics of, let's say you got a few songs or a song and you're feeling good about it, you want to produce it or you record it, things like that. I'm going to look at a couple of things in this episode. Firstly, that can help you start to look at some graphic design, where to go, what you need, what to think about, and how to get some attention with videos and things like that, and just your general presence is what I'm looking at. Okay, so my name's Wade Crow. I'm a solo musician, worked in some bands. I'm also a qualified audio engineer, and I will be doing audio in these videos as well, so to help you do productions and things like that. Okay, so why don't we get started at the moment, and we're going to look at a few different things. And I'm going to start with your first presence. It's probably good to set yourself up a web page. All right. Now, there's a couple of different ones out there that are easy and quick to set up. You don't need a lot of skill to do it. If you don't have it, that's okay. All right. We're going to look at, I use Weebly. All right. You can also use Square, and there's a few others out there as well. The best thing to do first is to set yourself up. If you have a look at their plans, they usually have a free plan. And it's best to sign yourself up to that first and start to get used to the site, play with the tools, choose your template, and just get yourself set up. I'm going to show you my website. It's very basic, very simple. And there's a few things on the website that I've done that are very unique or that you can do as well. A number of people have done them, and it's involving sales. Okay, if you want to sell your music, all right. I will be doing videos on distributors and how to get your music on Spotify and all that sort of thing as well. So, and how to actually do what I've done here, and I'll be talking about that as well. Okay, so why don't we jump over and we'll have a look at my webpage. Okay, so here you can see, I just got this a bit of picture here. I edited out the picture and I just made a bit of a little kind of banner. Okay, always check out what size banners you need to fill in these websites. This one's pretty big. Okay, so I just put my name, musician, producer, engineer, and Camilla Man. I'm an Indigenous Australian, so that's why I put that there. And as we go through, you'll see what's going on. Now, I can actually keep this here for free. It's a proper website. It has a domain and a domain name, wadecrow.net. When I first signed up, I think Wade Crow might have been taken at the time, so I did wadecrow.net. And then I got all these emails saying, oh, we can sell you wadecrow.com. And I went, no thanks, I already got wadecrow.net. Okay, so while this one is free, and while you're just using the free site and setting up, it will give you an opportunity to buy a domain name. And once you've chosen a good domain name, it's pretty cool to go through these guys. They might charge you $90, $100. You can get a domain name from GoDaddy and things like that, but I just went through these guys, okay? While you're using the free one, you'll also have this little tab here, and they do that on the free ones. If you want to go up and just pay, I think it's $12 a year or something like that, you can go up to that one. You might get a few more features, okay? So let's scroll down here. I just put up a profile picture of myself. I've got my social media, and I also got a welcome to country. That's what we call it in Australia. Okay, you can have a read of that. I encourage you to go to my site and have a bit of a look around. I also put up some videos. Okay, these are from my YouTube site. And the next thing I'll look at here is I'm just starting to promote my EP I just released last year. This little app is from Spotify. All right? See, play on Spotify. And when you sign up through a distributor, they actually send you a couple of different links of where your music's gone, and you can use those links to create little, like, they give you the widget, basically. What I did then, I went to PayPal and I created a little buy now button. All right? Now, I'll do a video on all these sorts of things I'm talking about in the future, but where I can, but I just want to show you this now. So you can basically buy my EP, $5.99 Australian. It's probably like $3.50 American. I'm not interested in charging a lot of money. Kind of like Buckethead, he doesn't charge a lot of money for his albums and stuff. He just does it himself. So when people click this buy now button, it basically takes you, or the buyer, to a page where they can purchase through PayPal. Once that's done, it goes directly to, you can use Google Drive, okay? And you can have your songs in a secure kind of storage area, and the buyer is directed to that storage area with just those songs. Make sure you only put those songs in, otherwise they'll get other stuff, right? And you put that link in and the buyer will be taken there, and once they're finished they'll be taken back to this website here. I know it works. I've had a couple of people make some purchases and works fine. So that's something really worth considering. I've also just explained myself, my album, things like that, where to get in touch. I also have a bio page and a gear page. It's just some interesting stuff that I've put up there. One thing you might want to do if you're an actor or if you're a musician or a band, you can even put in a what they call a show reel page. And what the show reel does is you can have stored on there like all different videos of, you know, gigs you might have done, acting roles you might have done, all that sort of thing. Okay, now the Crow's Nest, let's go over to this one. This is basically a blog page, and people can sort of see what you're doing. Here we are. It's running a bit slow because I'm running some video software. Normally it's a bit quicker than this. But that's just a photo that I took when I was doing my recording, and I just wanted some good pictures. So this is the Crow's Nest, Wade Crow's blog page. Alright, so you can join me. I haven't updated this for a little while. I probably should. So the EP's live, and you're just keeping people up to date where you are. Okay. Now a lot of this stuff, the Camilla Man, all this design here, I actually did with the next place I'm going to show you, which is GIMP. Alright. GIMP is completely free. It's like Photoshop. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just download it and you can use it straight away. You can do a lot of art in it. You can make GIFs in it. You can do all sorts of things, right? With GIMP. It's a fantastic program. I've been using it for years and years. Never really had any bugs with it. You can do some great artwork. You can draw things in, all sorts of things. And it's like, basically like Adobe Photoshop, but it's a lot easier to use. It's free because it's open source. So it doesn't cost you a thing, okay? You can use this anytime you want. It's put on your desktop. It's obviously compatible for various platforms, like Windows and Mac and Linux, I think, as well. You can even change the source code if you want to, distribute your own changes. So you can do quite a lot there. That's if you're savvy with that sort of thing. You can even use this to get some basic design ideas. So when you want to do logos, or you have a friend that can do some artwork for you, put it in this and just get some ideas down and go from there. But when it comes to logos and things, it brings me to my next page, Fiverr. Okay, so we go to graphic design here. You got logo and brand identity, and this is one worth looking at. Art and illustration. That one's interesting. I haven't really looked at that much. And tattoo designs, all that sort of thing. So this is a page where people are going to do their work. You just give them their fee, okay? And it's actually pretty cheap. So if you want to do a logo design, look, a lot of these are reasonably basic, but you know, as you pay more, they'll do better work for you, of course. So I would suggest sticking with some of the top sellers You can go further down and see others who, like level 2 seller. They got good ratings. Look for the ratings. Also look at the feedback that most of these guys are getting. So here's one here. They'll even tell you the style. I'll do a minimalist, modern, and business logo design, and you can have a look through their artwork and see what they're doing. Okay, see all the sorts of things they do. The basic is $42 for, that's what this person subscribed. They're all different. They all have different prices. You can subscribe to save, take 20%, and they basically keep in touch and explain everything they do here as well. So that's definitely a website worth checking out. When it comes to digital marketing, you want to be a little bit more careful of these, because the way that they do it, YouTube, Instagram, they're starting to crack on pretty quickly with who's pumping their pages up too much. All right, so a lot of these influencers that were out there at the beginning were able to pump their websites up more artificially than you think. Some of that's changed now. Some of these guys do things for you, but when I've been reading the reviews on them, they're quite sketchy. Like, they want access to your social media stuff, and that's fair enough. I understand why they would want that. Search engine optimization is something worth looking at. Social media marketing. So they'll help you. They'll help you do these things. They can't actually go out there and just pump it for you, but they can have special ways of targeting people who are around your same interests. Okay? They've got music promotion. I've never seen that before. Let's have a look at that. Music promotion. There you go. So you can promote your music with these guys. Probably be careful of this, because it might be pay to play, and I think that was banned at some point. But there you go. So that's something else worth looking at. Promote and play a song in Rumba FM. Cool. I might actually come back and look at that, because this must be something new I've never seen. That looks really cool. So there you go. There's a great resource as well. Once you get a good demo that you want to think is should have a Redbook standard, okay, and I'll explain what Redbook standard is in another video, but it's essentially a standard of recording production that is pretty much industry standard, that could be played on the radio, played in all sorts of things, okay? And again, in some future videos I'll explain more of that. And it's very, very important. Otherwise, no one will play music on the radio. So you've got to have a good production. Now, getting a good production in a studio can cost a few $1,000s and up. Okay. However, if you're a student at a recording school or an audio college, go and talk to your audio guys there and see if they can do a free recording for you. I used to do it when I was an audio engineer. I recorded a number of different people. Did it for free, for the most part, and yeah, there you go. So that's Fiverr, GIMP, and Wade Crow, my webpage. If you want to do videos and things, there is a free download here by PowerDirect, or PowerDirector by Cyberlink. Okay, I'm still getting to use this one. It's okay on the free. It's depending on type of quality and standard that you're putting in. It's very slow. I'll say that. I think once you pay for it, you'll probably get a better deal. So I mean, you can pay for it on a monthly plan, or you can just buy a yearly plan, things like that. It is pretty good. It just, once again, takes a bit of getting used to, and there's tutorials all over YouTube for using GIMP, using PowerDirect, and things like that as well. Okay, so that's just if you want to make some videos. There are some other ones out there. Some are free, some are not that good, but this has got a really good interface and does a lot of things that you'd normally expect it to do. Just takes a bit of practice. Now, we all know that when you are trying to, if you want to go and get a good recording, you can pay for it in a studio, and usually it's probably the better way to do it. Trained engineers know how to do things properly. They know how to work with all the compressors, all that sort of stuff, and it can be worth it. But like I said before, one of the other options is, if you want a cheaper option, you can go and talk to an audio student at a recording college, and just see if you can get some time in a studio to record your music down, because they're always looking for projects to do anyway. But if you want money, then you can come here. This is in Australia, but there are other websites that are similar. GoFundMe. All right, you can look here, and there is normally, you've got medical, different types of fundraisers. There was, in America, there was, you can do crowdfunding as well and things like that. All right, see all, let's have a look at all. There was one that was specifically for bands and musicians, where you can start up a page and start to raise money. Creative, it might be in that. Let's have a look. Get funding for small films, things like that. And you can actually get funding to help you raise money to go and get something recorded. Now, you may get more than you planned, or you may get a little less. It might take time. Okay, but it's a good way to, if you have a bit of a fan base, you can spin that around, family, friends, things like that, your fans, and try to get some donations for your project. Okay, so I don't know, I've never used GoFundMe, but I think a lot of people do it for very different reasons, and I don't see why you wouldn't consider this kind of platform to get some money to do a project. Okay, now the last one I have for you here, if you want to do videos like I'm doing now, okay, or if you're doing blogs and things like that, you can use OBS. All right, this is a broadcasting software. All right, you can stream it and all that sort of thing. You may have heard of this, you may have not. It's open source, so you can do it in Linux, Apple, and Windows. All right, and all sorts of distributions. All right. That's pretty much the interface. It takes a bit of getting used to, and I tell you, this is for Windows 10. Now, I've spent days, and I've had a few goes at trying to record this video I'm doing now, and basically, Windows 10 has been causing me all sorts of problems. I finally got it solved, and it was basically, I had to turn my app, a little switch on that allows the app, OBS, to use my microphone in the software. I went through all sorts of different other things, every other option you could think of, and it just wouldn't let me do it. And I finally got this and figured it out, and bang, away you go. So it let me do it straight away, and it works. All right, so you can download this. It's completely free. All right, you can record screens. It lets you do a lot of things, gaming, all sorts of stuff. It's completely free. You can use it as much as you like. Okay, you can contribute and do all sorts of things with it. If you have a look down here, it's pretty, they're not showing it here, but it's pretty amazing stuff, because you can actually control the way that you're filming blogs and things like that as well. You can record most of it. You might have to edit it in something like PowerDirect later, but most of it you could probably do if you have a second person helping you out. And they do have other hardware you can buy as well that helps you switch between stuff, but won't worry about that for now. Okay, so there you go, guys. There's about 5 or 6 different things. Consider your funding. If you have a budget, think about, what are you going to spend money on? Do you need equipment? Do you need promotions? Do you need business cards and promo gear? Might have a look at the promo gear one later. Normally, when you talk to people who organise tours and things, they're in contact with merchandise guys as well. So make sure, if you're going to start going down that road to expand as a band and get your product out there, you want to have some good designs. So again, use GIMP, all right? To design half of that, you can use Fiverr. They might tidy it up for you, or you might have a friend, someone in the band, or if you're on your own as a solo artist, you might know some people who do a bit of graphic design. Be careful using friends, because they may just take a lot more time, whereas these guys are professional. They're going to get it done for you quickly. All right. So there's a few different options there. So again, budget is something really big you have to consider. But with what I've given you here, you can do quite a lot here for very, very cheap. The most expensive thing would be getting a domain name for your website, which is about $90, $100, all right? Then you can actually just keep the website running for free, put all your stuff on it, it's fine. You can design, you don't have to get Adobe, you can just get GIMP for free. You can go and get your logos done for $40-50 and they'll have it done in a couple of days. You can look at the music promotion services, get your music played. You can do videos with your free downloads. You can get fundraising, and you can film stuff that I'm filming right now. So, guys, it's really worth considering how you can save money. Okay, you've got to know how to save money. Look at secondhand gear as well. The camera that I was using, that I have over here when I shoot other stuff, it's a high def camera. Normally, it's about $900. I went to a Cash Converters, I traded some stuff in that I didn't want, and they gave me a better deal, and I ended up getting the camera for about $400. You know, that's almost $500 off the camera. I walked into JB about an hour later. I said, look, I just bought this camera. I need some accessories for it. They said, oh, where'd you get this? I said, well, I got it second hand. It was about $400. She goes, oh, we sell them over there for $900. I was like, oh, gee. You know, so I managed to save $500 on a good camera. Okay, and this thing's amazing. It's a great camera. So it's not the webcam I'm using. It's the other camera over there. So at the end of the day, you can get savings everywhere. Okay, Gumtree, maybe be careful with who you might deal with, but look at secondhand stores. In Melbourne here, we got a lot of secondhand music stores. There's also new retail stores as well that have great stock. Things are getting a little bit more expensive, guitars and stuff. But if you can also look at Reverb. That's a great place. They don't have a lot in Australia for certain things, especially like some of the better guitars you might want. But for other equipment, microphones, things like that, definitely check that out as well. So I'll try and put a link for all these sites here in the description. Okay. But the big thing is, guys, think about your budget. You know, everything you can do here for free, it just costs you your time. Website, all that sort of stuff. Get all the basics together. Think about where you want to go. And I'll do a video later, pretty soon actually. I might do one pretty soon, depending where you're at. It'll be helpful for you. Looking at distribution, music distribution. Specifically, like digital distribution, all right? Pretty cheap. It's pretty amazing what you can do, all right? I got my music on Spotify. You can check that out. It's on Apple Music, SoundCloud, a whole lot of different things as well. It passed the tests, the audio tests, right, for quality. The other one I should show you next time is a specific website for Australia that helps you get out into the regional distributions as well. Okay, so that's it for me. Okay, this has been the first successful video for the Musician's Journey Journal. All right, and I'll be bringing more very soon. So all the best. Wade Crow out. Have a good one. Look after yourself and have a think about what you want to do. Start planning your musical future.